COVID-19 is setting off alarms worldwide. The illness is spreading like wildfire, and everyone is calling on the powers that be to present a solid course of action, including local businessman and attorney Mark Fulford.
It's important to me that our people and our visitors are safe. And so that is partly the reason why I decided to write my article on this pressing issue, because Turks and Caicos is particularly vulnerable as we are a tourist destination. And sadly, as you know, while we are sympathetic to our Haitian brothers and sisters, we are subjected to illegal migration. And so our open borders and being a tourism destination means that we are particularly vulnerable.
Fulford says with coronavirus reaching the Caribbean, it is high time more serious preventative methods are put in place, as everyone knows to keep their hands cleaned and to stay away from uncooked meat.
I believe that we should have a testing center set up at the airport and the cruise ship port at least 2 weeks ago. This business of us leaving the testing of passengers from the cruise ship port to the cruise ship, that's not sufficient. We should be the ones that are in charge of ensuring that the virus don't hit our shores, and we can't leave it to those who want to come to our shores to tell us whether or not to do the testing, to be able to tell us whether or not the person has the virus. We cannot.
Fulford also shared a suggestion on the implementation of a cross-ministry task force, as there is power in numbers, and at this point all that can be done must be done.
It must entail representatives from the ministries from across government that has anything to do with stemming the coronavirus. And to my mind, those ministries are the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of Home Affairs, Social Services, Education, Transport, Ministry of Communications and Information, the Environment, Water Resources, and Labor. So that way, all the relevant parties can receive information quickly and be able to disseminate them throughout their various different ministries, so that the response to stemming any coronavirus, should it reach our shores, is swift and rapid, and it's contained.
Health Minister for the Bahamas, Honorable Dwayne Sands, announced that his ministry has spent over $85,000 on quarantine measures following threats of the illness. This secured accommodations, food, security, and transportation, not to mention quarantine gear and equipment. Fulford went a bit further as to speak with health professionals on measures that can be implemented rather quickly to prevent infection, on the likes of establishing a facility to contain and manage any breakout of infectious disease, providing a supply of 2 N95 type masks, and to be proactive should the need to turn away flights arise. COVID-19 starts with a fever, followed by a dry cough. After a week, it may lead to shortness of breath, and some patients require hospitalization. These symptoms do not necessarily mean you have the illness, and are similar to those for much more common viruses, such as cold and flu. In more severe cases, coronavirus can cause pneumonia, severe acute respiratory syndrome, multiple organ failure, and even death. Older people and people with pre-existing medical conditions like asthma, diabetes, and heart disease are more likely to become very ill. According to the World Health Organization, the incubation period between infection and showing any symptoms lasts up to 14 days, but some researchers say it may be up to 24.